Wait a minute. Something just did work. Okay. What's up, guys? Welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Eccentric RockStar'Seed, and I have another intuitive message. Keep in mind, take what resonates, leave what does not. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So, we just going to freestyle today. So, I laid over some cards. The first one I got was Earth Pulsing. You see how they laying down in the dirt? Laying down on earth, getting grounded. It's about slowing down. And maybe time for you to retire from your day job. Next up, Star Keeper. Cosmic Ancestor, see the light by staying grounded. See, what I like about these two cards together is in order for you to listen to what's best for you or the direction you need to go, you see how you're getting the premonitions down like that? You need to slow down and rest. You also have gifts because you're the golden child. Inner child, tenderness, innocence, rare gift. I don't feel like you belong in the workforce. I feel like you belong in your own field, but it could be like financially not feasible or you don't think it's financially feasible. Then you have forge, don't follow. You know, you want to pave a new path, be the leader you wish you had. Yeah, it could be like a high intense, high stress, highly stressful. Huh? I feel like this economy plays a big part as to why everything has become overly bearing, overly stressful, painful on the joints, painful on the mental, emotionally taxing, spiritually taxing. It's just, what's going on? Okay, when will the help of Allah come? Allah means God in Arabic. So, and I feel like America in general, the United States in general is reaching it. They have reached their breaking point. It's like, I don't have it to give no more. Okay?
Open it.
What are you crumbling? This is on top of Earth Pulsing, about the picture of you laying down in nature. This is like my tower card in this deck, the crumbling. What are you clinging on to? You might think you need to work like that to survive because the finances is like devalued 4 times less than what it's worth. So you got Mirror on top of the Star Keeper. You know, see the light by staying grounded. You always want to stay connected to the womb that born you, or stay connected to the Most High in this case, because who or what is triggering you to revert back to old habits, south node, karmic lessons you already feel like you passed. You already did pass. You did a great job. And it's like, I feel like it's an environmental attitude. Then you got take a break. Oh man, a life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. And that's on top of your golden child, you having a rare gift. You got something you sitting on that you inherited from your ancestors. What is it that you need, son? Here. There you go. There you go. Put lotion on your legs. My apologies. And then you got the inner temple, devotion. Tune into the portal of your heart. There's no time like the present. Do what you love. Seriously, do what you love. Forge, don't follow. Okay? This could be in anything, but I get workforce. You got a rare opportunity to tap into your rare gifts. That's going to put you on a big break, a break to financial freedom. It may not look like it now, but if you get started, I feel like it's going to turn out astronomical for you. Further amplify, please. Power over difficulty. Reclaiming your power. Let's look at this illustration. You see how all these different energies, like the snake is attached to her. It's like she got veins coming from up. Like that's like a demon or something. It's like so many things. Damn. You could be 32 I'm trying to visual, like, look at all the stuff that has her in a spider web. Power over difficult. It's like you feel like it's very difficult to separate from. You might have felt like you had to put up with it to some degree because it has a lot to do with a lot. You open yourself up to a lot of energies when you go outside your comfort zone, which would be your home, your personal space. You know, and you go to work for, you know, to take care of yourself. That picture is very intense. Like, I've never looked at it like that before. But if you listen to all the different cards, that's like further amplifying the same thing. Like, go into your higher power. Like, go into something that you know that's your baby. You know that you work hard at it. Okay, you know it'll be a harvest for you. Okay. No. Achievement is what fell. Effort plus intention. So that's significant. I don't know, man. Power over difficulty. You just gotta drop the ball. You know how I said in the other videos, it's like you failed. You're not failing. You wouldn't be a failure because this is asking what are you clinging to. So this could be failure of disappointment. You may have dependence. You could be on your own with dependents, whether you have them or not. The old ball and chain is not it anymore because the value of financial freedom has devalued times 4. That's how I hear it. That's what they say. That's what I heard. That's what they're doing. This economy has sank. Okay? And on the bottom, to clarify it, is harvest. This is how you might have started off, but then ended up fighting an upheaval battle like this and turned into this. It's like, look, there's a total contrast between this. Like, she looks chaste and pure and grounded and even keel and balanced. And the colors in her picture are very pretty, like they're warm greens and yellows. Okay? You could be battling your inner demons, your inner insecurities. I feel like that's what this is like a lot to do with insecurities about starting over, or just knowing that you need to go out there. You might have started your own business, right? But you still have a 9-to-5 to support it. But it doesn't make any sense. It's very counterproductive because of the economy that we live in. It's like, drop one. You can't drop what you love. You don't want to drop what you love because that would be misleading. You would be doing yourself a disservice. That's why it's telling you to slow down, you know, get grounded, you know, and listen, God is trying to tell you something. I don't have any tarot cards out here. What else is he trying to tell you to do? Could you expand on your answer? Yes, I can, because this is enough. I feel like somebody's going through anxiety, stress, and hypertension. Because it isn't working out. The sun, joy. You miss being happy, enjoyment, life's forces, success, vitality, play. That would go on top of your inner temple, okay? Or should I put it right here? I feel like I should put it right here. That's the card I started with, Earth Pulsing. That should go right here, okay? Don't cling to that job anymore. This one wanted to fall out. Release the petals. Transformation, death, and rebirth. Shedding all change. You could have uprooted your life, and I feel like you might be getting off track, even though your intentions for what, it's like the way that you could be attempting to get your goals accomplished is the wrong way. And that's going on top of the mirror. Who or what is triggering you? You know? Death of transformation. You've already transformed into the person to do this. That's why you're doing this. 2 seconds. I got to check on my 3-year-old. Okay, I'm back. Okay, death of transformation. If I feel like initially you had already went through a death of transformation, a spiritual shedding, shedding of some old habits, shedding of old outdated beliefs and things. I like this picture though. It's like release the petals. It's like release the masses that formed the initial conglomerate so the new could come in, so new petals can form, so you can grow and become the person you're supposed to be, or be the spiritual beast that you're supposed to be. What about your gifts? But what about your friends? I hear TLC. What about your friends? Your friends, if they're really your friends, they're going to respect your conglomerate. Come to me. I feel like you're coming out of masculine energy to be able to receive. That's why things could have played out for you in a way where it seems like economic hardship for you, but you're really transitioning from your masculine energy. Like you may be the one responsible for everything all the time, and now you have to be in the energy of receiving. Come to me, attracting like a rose, receive abundance and desires. You got some blessings that's trying to come in, that's trying to manifest, or a side of you that you can tap in that taps into your rare gifts, the golden children. You see what I'm saying? Like this looks like a clear crystal or clear crystal quartz. You know what I'm trying to say? Okay? And that's like your inner child. Your rare gifts. Your inner child is representing your rare gifts. And then you have abundance. That needs to come out to the surface so you can be what you're supposed to be. And then healing is happening. You are not broken. Okay? Trust the process is safe to soften. Again, it's going back and then it's going on top of your inner temple. Okay? Forge, don't follow. Pave a new path. Yeah, it kind of hurts. I feel like a little like shakiness in my voice, like the energy, the way the energy is. It's like it's hard for you to come down off of being the one to take charge. Like it doesn't mean that you still won't take charge. It's just that everything you ask for and everything that you deserve and everything that's going to set you free in the way that you're asking to be set free, you know, when you do your prayer and meditation and what you're manifesting, you got to go in your receptive energy. You have to go to planet Venus. You have to leave planet Mars and return to planet Venus. Healing, you're healing through something. And it's like you may feel guilty. You may feel like you're not doing enough. And it's like, well, perhaps you've been working for 20 years. It depends on how old you are. You know, you've been working for 30 years, 20, 30 years. And you have to ask yourself, is it that I'm being lazy, or it's just that I worked my ass off for so many decades that I deserve a break? I deserve a break so I can recharge and be prepared to start the new. I feel like, in a second, I feel like your faith is being tested. I feel like you see this, the way in your perception of all of this, you perceive this as this is a test of faith. You know, you're more determined than passing it. The more action you take, the more you feel like you're passing it. But what I really feel like it's explaining is you need to sit down or not sit down, slow down, you know, to receive the premonition. I feel like you're on a strict diet, but that's spiritually saying He's only orchestrating you to be certain places at certain times, like narrow increments. You're doing everything in smaller increments. You dig what I'm saying? Like for healing purposes. That's a lot about vitality and joy. I'm going to put some more out before I start talking. Intuition, meditative. So wait a minute, that's going here and here.
I get some cereal.
Intuition.
I get some cereal.
Mm-hmm.
I get some cereal.
Yes, you can have some cereal.
And the milk.
And the milk.
And the food.
Mm-hmm.
And then bowls. And 2 bowls. 2 bowls. So
You have that. Keep your faith. You see that bunch of Muslim sisters standing around each other. That's what I feel like you need to surround yourself with your people, with how the people that resonates with your belief system. Okay, you got Santosha. This is about contentment. And let's start with Anahata. The heck is Anahata? Eccentric, what you got us reading? It's about your heart chakra. That's under the sun, your joy, enjoyment, life force, success, vitality, and play. And we're going to get to the root of what you're crumbling to. What's in your heart that needs to go? Somebody studies Reiki or is considering receiving some Reiki to heal the pain or the trauma that's trapped in the organs. In this case, it's your heart. And I mentioned hypertension. I did. Okay? In the beginning. Your heart has opened its chambers to new possibilities, and the light is coming through to soothe its once dark corners. This love heals all and allows you to see all people for their greatest potential, including yourself. So by putting down your armor, you are truly able to use the intelligence of your heart, which will always guide you in the right direction. You're called to trust the journey of the heart. It may not always make sense to the mind, but it is aware of the possibilities the mind cannot yet envision. So you're getting out of that masculine energy, that head over heart energy, because it's not the right, it's like bringing geometry tools to home economics. You don't need that tool right now to get to the next step. You're called to pray on that color green and practice your heart-opening yoga poses to aid the journey. Yeah, I said something about hypertension in the very beginning because it's stressing you out that your environmental attitude and your surroundings is like power is causing a lot of difficulty and you're trying to reclaim your power. You just have to say enough and just drop the burdens. This gives me 10 of Wands burdens. It's like you took an Ace of Wands and it turned out to be a 10 of Wands. It transpired into a 10 of Wands. It may not have always been like that, but I feel like it's like that now. Yeah. So up next, the thing I want to say about this card is about advanced meditation, and absorption in the self. Have you noticed the signs of spiritual progress? That's a question. That's why I said this is a test. This is under releasing the petals, transformation, death and rebirth, shedding all that change. And the challenge is the mirror, who or what is triggering you. And then you got your cosmic ancestors, see the light by staying grounded. But your daily practice has brought you to a place of stillness, and it is there where you experience that advanced state of meditation and absorption in the self. And I think that this honestly is driving you a little bonkers. It's like, I feel like I'm not doing nothing. It's kind of creeping me out that I'm sitting, that I have to be in, me being in the stillness. So I feel like what's triggering you is all your worst fears. It's a battle of your masculine and feminine energies. To trying to get this endeavor off the ground. That yin yang energy within yourself. You all have both. But it's a deepest level of awareness when you experience supreme bliss, consciousness, and enlightenment. And I feel like you may be familiar with praying and being still and all that, like fasting and all that, but not at this velocity. I feel like this is a higher velocity, and it's right with the death of transformation. So you might be tripping a little bit because you might be you might feel like you're having that outer body experience, like it's freaking you out because you're at a different level, a higher velocity. But your human consciousness has become one with the cosmic consciousness, and your soul has realized that it's far more than a mind and a body. So that's your logic battling with your heart. It's like your logic is like, we're not doing anything that doesn't make any sense. How are we going to get these bills paid? How are you going to eat? Sitting in stillness. You dig what I'm saying? Following your heart, love will get you on the bus. Like, that's you going back and forth with yourself. Like, conscious, like, and you're just called to celebrate the reunion of your soul and your spirit. Damn. So, and when it comes to your gifts and things, you all right over there, little man? Yeah. Okay. I just feel like this is about self-study. I know it's an act of self-study. I know that. Okay, because you got receptive energy. Come to me, attracting like a rose. Receive abundance. Open up like, you know what? All right, I'm going to just say this. You being in that open up like a lotus flower kind of got you in trouble a little bit. You kind of put yourself in the wrong environment and you was practicing that energy and you feel like you set yourself back. You may not be too harsh on yourself, but you're factoring that in. You gotta take a break. Okay? You gotta realize a life's work not seasoned. Get off the treadmill. Like, stop acting like you gotta be iRobot. You are allowed to be human. You're gonna make some errors of judgment, but that's your effort. Like, your progression and your higher level self is like, this is why we drop the ego. Okay, you got to calm down. Everything's going to be okay. It doesn't take your rare gifts away from you. It doesn't take your innocence. That's what it is. Your inner child, your tenderness. You think your inner child is bruised now because you were in the wrong environment in that receptive energy. Now you're battling your masculine versus your feminine energy because you're trying to get something done and you might have had a slip. Like, give me an example. You could have slept with somebody that you like for a physical experience. You had a physical experience and you feel like it. I don't think it did anything to you spiritually, but you feel like you were judging yourself in a way where it's like, if I was using my head and not my heart, obviously nobody would be inside me right now, or I wouldn't have let nobody in. I wasn't ready to let this person in. In hindsight, my higher self was like, I would have waited for a different time for that. But since you did it, things happen for a reason. So it's like, we got infinite wisdom. We come with a lot of experience, different stories, inventions, emotions and stuff. And that it's like a book in our consciousness. If we take the path to truly study the self, we will never become bored with our findings. So instead of trying to acquire more information, take the focus inward. Yeah. So in your consciousness, you have yet to venture into the more, it has more beauty than any artwork, more mystery than your favorite thriller. How you dress yourself up on the outside. Any earthly creation. You know yourself to feel, to be different from what you were acting like in that moment, but you blame it on being in that receptive energy, and now it's coming with a little bit of stubbornness. You got like a little rift in your chest, like that hypertension, like it's stressing you. It shouldn't stress you out like that. I feel like you're kind of calling judgment on yourself, and you shouldn't do that. No, you're not. But however, just it's a whole world inside of you, and you let somebody in to experience that world inside of you, and it puts you off. Maybe you cut the person off, but then you get to contentment. Healing is happening. You get into the nitty gritty. You're not broken. Trust the process. It's safe. It's still safe to soften up. So the challenge with that is devotion. Is your inner temple. Tune into the portal of your heart. You're still being encouraged to tune into the portal of your heart. You may have liked that person, but you might have broken up with them because you made an error of judgment. Lord have mercy. Okay? You're forging a new path. You forge, you don't follow. You pave a new path. You be the leader you wish you had. So with that, you're at a place where you can relax, unwind, and be content where you are. You want to be at that place where you can do that. But you feel like you can't have people there while you're doing it. And maybe you shouldn't. While you're grounding yourself in your feminine energy. That's what it feels like to me. You're being called to ground yourself in that receptive energy. But you have done tremendous work to be at this space. So now it's the time to like let it sink in and enjoy the fruits of your labor. And I feel like some of what you felt like is a bad move or a rookie move is what I heard. It's still, you still can enjoy yourself. Like you have to like lighten up, like loosen the collar a little bit, so to speak. We never allow ourselves to experience true contentment. Is it that you've been working your ass off for so long that you don't want to you don't want to risk everything you worked for, but you have to have balance. You got to have some play with all that hard work to balance it so you can actually enjoy it. And that in turn, ironically, causes hypertension too. You know, what you've co-created, how far you've come, how blessed you are, the people you love, that you're safe, supported by God. You will not fall behind by taking a pause and being content with what you have. Okay? That's what it's saying. And in other news, no, we're not going to, damn. Look what flew out. Superior Mother, and Garden of Time. We're going to put that here. Like, I feel like this happened in a record time. Like, you come into some harvest. You've come into some blessings. And it's not all money. But you've come into a lot of blessings.
I want it.
Okay?
Want it.
Maybe you have a child to show for some of your actions. But it's something about that being a part of your harvest, your blessings. Or just you sitting in that receptive energy allows you to focus on motherhood, my motherboard, myself. I feel like that's the bigger part of it. I feel like you prayed for a child, Queen of Shadows. Okay, take a break. I feel like you saw something in your childhood or your upbringings and all your education. When you put it all together, it adds up to not be enough. I think this economy is really triggering a depression that ran through your family and you doing things differently. Totem of Air. That's right. Forge don't follow. You're doing things differently. You see where that depression is trying to set in and get grounded in you. And you're not trying to let that happen. You're not trying to be codependent. Muse of astrology. You can read astrology. You could be a scientist. And you're figuring everything out on a scientific level. But that mother, that superior mother is like mother in that inner, this could represent your inner child. What are you clinging to? Earth pulsing, the pulse of the mother. Slow down.
Oh.
I feel like this is somebody who...
I'll put it on.
Your kids still know the rhythm of your heartbeat. They know when to come and hug you. They know when to come and kiss you. They know when to come embrace you. They know when your heart rate is speeding up too much. Hypertension, anxiety. That could be a generational curse that's beginning with you. With your parenting skills, your great creative ways of healing the traumas that's trapped in the organs. What are you doing over there, boy? I don't know. This reading is slow to build up, but I'm getting it.
I
I'm getting it.
love reading.
Huh?
I love reading.
I bring peace wherever I go. That's on top of the mother, superior mother. When I see good in others, I acknowledge it out loud. That's the going on top of the garden of time. Instead of taking on the fear of others, I reflect love. That's going on the Queen of Shadows. You don't want to, I feel like so much of what you know, with the releasing of the petals, that, the petals that have made you, the masses to the conglomerate that has made you, it stemmed from who raised you. You know what I'm saying? Like they were raising you. You realize how much fear they were under the influence of when teaching you things, making head over heart decisions all the time. And your children, your generation after you, is teaching you to operate from your heart space because they're different. The children today are very different. They're not head over heart people. They make decisions with their heart all day, every day. And you're coming to learn that. Compassion is my compass. I'm willing to hold space for the experience of others. If my son wanted to be a ballerina, I wouldn't, at one time, 10 years ago, I would think back on how my parents raised me. It would be masculine energy over that receptive energy. I wouldn't accept him to do that. I would persuade him to do something more manly. But it wouldn't be authentically him. That would create traumas for him. Yeah. You're getting in the groove of who makes sense for you. Who makes sense with where you're going. It has to make sense with where you're going. Like the advice that you came from, that whoever raised you, is outdated. It's obsolete. And this full moon, this new moon, is in Aquarius. I believe that. And we're in the Aquarius time. So you're very innovative. You're walking to the beat of your own drum, and it's breaking generational curses. So what are you still struggling to let go of? It's like almost unnatural to operate from that heart space. That's what it feels like to me.
How come my friends from?
Where are your friends at? I think you're just wild at heart. All right? This first half really talks about the harvest, the power over difficulty. This is intuitive, the deck of intuition. It's intuitive night goddess or something like that. This is going to talk about what your intuition is telling you to let go. It's going to further amplify on it. First card up, you got Six of Cups. Going back to your childhood. The challenge is the Knight of Cups. The goal is Three of Swords. The heart of the matter is the Knight of Pentacles. The past experiences, Four of Wands, leaving in the past. What you're leaving in the past. What was likely to be in the future is the Magician. Okay, how you feel about yourself. King of Pentacles. It's like you got all this knowledge and innate grand success. It's like it's hard to receive it. That's how you feel. You're in that okay. And the environmental attitude is the Queen of Pentacles. That yin yang energy I was telling you about. The hopes and fears is the balance, the yin yang energy. A lot of Pentacles. A lot of Pentacles on this board. Okay, and the final outcome, the Five of Swords, defeat. Either you're feeling defeated or will be defeated. Two of Cups. Now, this is my harvest deck. I'm going to use this deck to further amplify the harvest side.
Help me.
Yeah, I'm going to put a card on top of every single card I just laid down.
Help me.
Yes. Here. This child being like such an influence, like it's a mother-child bond. You're coming into your motherhood a lot more. I feel like the baby in the background is further amplifying my point of where I'm getting to. It takes time to get there. It doesn't happen overnight. Yeah, I had to pause this video a couple times to attend to the baby. And it's teaching me a lot. Okay, the Empress is in reverse. That's going on top of the Six of Cups. The obstacle is the Chariot in reverse. Okay.
I haven't put that tap on. Put her on.
Okay, hold on. The aim is to balance out the scales. That's Justice. Three of Swords.
On.
The main prop. Queen of Pentacles. It's been a long project, a slow progress. Past tense, Lovers. Future, Eight of Swords in reverse. Strong manifester. How do you feel about yourself? Fool's journey. You took a leap out there. You took a step out on bravery. Okay, I'm getting a couple things. Knight of Wands in reverse. Provide that Knight of Wands is in reverse on top of the Queen of Pentacles. Two of Wands is in reverse with the hopes and fears.
Help me.
Yeah. Final outcome. You got the King and Queen of Pentacles out here twice. Wow. Okay, on the bottom is the Ace of Pentacles. Two of Cups. So much of your energy, forgive us, have mercy on us. You are the best of those who show mercy. That's sword number 23, ayat number 118. I'm 118. All right. The main influence is the Six of Cups clarified by the Empress in reverse. This is somebody who didn't have a strong mother figure or didn't have strong female role models growing up. And it's a factor in what you're trying to accomplish as a mother, embracing your motherboard and yourself. You have to figure it out as you went along, okay? The obstacle.
I put her on.
Sure. Just being attentive to somebody being attentive to you. You didn't really have a lot of that. You could have been neglected a lot from a mother figure, or just the mother figures neglected their motherly duties but attended more to their wifely duties in general.
I'll go my friends. I'll go my friends.
Mommy is your friend. Stay right here. The obstacle is the Knight of Cups with the Chariot in reverse. Someone's always trying to sweet talk you into staying in that vicious cycle. You were always made to feel guilty. Instead of taking your strength and your spiritual evolution, it took you a while to separate from the toxicity